Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Jazzy, Video Store Sasquatch here, and we are doing another horror movie night in the cave. We're gonna discuss the first two Final Destinations this week, and then we'll do three, four, five next week, and then we'll do a top five list of like the way that death did them dirtiest, and try and get some clips from the movies. Maybe the third week, and just kind of like just get a whole month of Final Destination stuff here going. So first one, Final Destination, directed by James Wong, starring Devon Sawa, Ali Larder, Kerr Smith, and Kristen Cloak. After getting a premonition about a plane crash on his high school trip, Alex, a student, saves a few of his classmates. However, their situation is complicated when death starts chasing them. This has to be one of James Wong's first one, probably not exactly first, but around one of his like original ones coming out. You can definitely tell it's him stylistically watching it and where he's going to go eventually just by watching this movie. Crazy to think that this was what 25 years ago, 24 years ago, something like that. And a lot of these people are not only still acting, but are like dominating with Ali Lauder, Sean William Scott, Devin Sawa. So yeah, kudos to these people. Of course the big thing about this movie is like just every way that death could like just fuck you up and make you like just solidly crazy, driving you crazy about everything that you can look at, from just like a little penny dropping on the ground, turning on a light switch, falling and then seeing a spark all the way down the wall somewhere you're not even paying attention to, next to a little water patch, and next thing you know, there's a puff of smoke, and now you're in a blazing house fire, and it's just all because you got off the plane here on the original movie with Devin Sawa. Sean William Scott's in this. Tony Todd, of course. I think that a lot of the fan speculation and all that is that he is death himself and trying to like let them know, and then Amanda Dimmer. I'm surprised that this movie isn't like on Final Destination like 15 by now. I don't know why. 15 years ago, they just like quit making these. I think that you can make one of these about every two, three, maybe 4 years, and it'd still be awesome, still be like relevant, still change. I guess we'll like look more as going through these movies. I guess I've only seen them one at a time coming out. I know there's like a drop off. There's always gonna be a drop off of something with a movie like this. So I'd be interested to see that, how bad the drop off is. But yeah, it does not surprise me that James Wong is the director of this one. Even though he doesn't come back until the third one, like someone else directs the second one. I'm sure he had something to do with the second one because the stories are pretty much right there. Um, yeah, there's not. I mean, these movies are such a classic. I'm sure that if you are around my age, anywhere around my age, within like a 5 year gap, you've seen all these movies. You understand all the references. Like the most bogus one in this movie, probably, like because we're talking about like bogus ways that gets you, is probably the teacher, I think, going through and like we're just watching how like the cup was hot because she put the hot water on it and she freaked herself out, and then she ended up putting the cold water in it with the ice cubes, and all of a sudden it's cracking and leaking, and all next thing you know her computer's like blowing up in her face and shit's on fire, and just everything's crazy. So yeah, I mean that's gonna get you in these movies, and that is definitely one of the more bogus ways that that has happened. And that one is the original Final Destination, directed by James Wong. Now let's talk about its sequel, Final Destination 2, directed by David R. Ellis, starring A.J. Cook, Ali Lauder, Tony Todd, Michael Lands. This honestly, the cast of this one kind of does drop because there's not really a lot of whole not noteworthy people from it. Death is stalking Kimberly Corman and multiple survivors of a deadly highway accident. The tie-in to the first one's very like smart, witty. Like they kind of knew what they were doing here. I'm sure there's a lot of smart people working on these movies because how else they're gonna think of some like bogus ways that death like does people in these movies. They're all driving along the highway. She kind of like realizes what's gonna happen, and then all of a sudden, all the chaos happens. That's interesting. And then it's interesting to see how quick they tie it into like oh well, 2 years prior this happened, or a year prior this happened here to this guy, and how quick not only did they tie those together, but tie the fact that all those people were in and around the people that had died and from the original flight. Ending was wild. The ending of this movie is like just crazy. Uh, Everyone thinks they're all happy and go lucky, and then Mickey from Shameless goes back to tend to the grill after telling a story of how he just like barely got saved and kind of blew up, and then not only did he get blown up, but the arm like lands right in front of his like screaming mother. Like it's crazy. And then AJ Cook is in this, and AJ Cook is Agent Jennifer Giroux from Criminal Minds. So if you're a Criminal Minds fan, this is the original JJ. Start here being all JJ, discovering the crime and the killer and who's doing it all, just like JJ would. So first little taste of her that you get from that. You don't realize how big she's gonna get, or I don't know how, if I'd say like famous, but how like she had a great career at Criminal Minds because she went all 15 years pretty much. I think she's doing a new episode, so she made a career out of Criminal Minds. That's all that matters. And uh, the most bogus one here is the girl, the mom, who's kind of like a little bit of like a city bitch, and she's just sitting there like smoking her little black and mild, and the sheriff or the firemen are trying to get her out from the car. Remember, she's like wedged in there, and they kind of like just really jam it in there after she tells them to be quiet, and that shit it blows the airbag, which I probably no one even thought of would happen. I mean, now it's like crazy the airbag would blow after all that craziness happened because she already was in a front of an accident, and then it impales her from the behind, from the head behind. So yeah, I don't know how like these people aren't walking away without like puking like every time they see like the crazy shit that happens to the people around them, because I do not think I would be holding my stomach that much if I was in that situation. But yeah, these movies are very good. We're gonna cover 3, 4, 5 next week, and then we'll do after that top 5 ways that did you bogus. Probably 'cause there's 5 movies, and we'll probably pick one from each way. Maybe even try and get some clips into that the third week. So I guess we'll just drag out Final Destination for all of April. I mean, the new one's coming out in May, so people might as well get used to talking about it, and we'll try and be the first ones. Let me know your favorite, or what do you think is the most bogus way death did to people in these movies in the comments below. And thank you guys very much for watching. Have a good rest of your day or night, and please like and subscribe.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment your top movie picks for Throwback Thursday in the comments section. And see you next time in the cave.